Christmas baking is some of my favorite baking to do. I mean, you can never have too many Christmas cookie recipes, right? Well, today I'm sharing with you a special American wartime recipe for orange ginger cookies from the Victory Cookbook. This cookbook features better recipes for wartime, cooking and baking with wartime ingredients. I can't wait to get started, so let's get baking. To make orange ginger cookies, you need 1.5 cups of flour, a half teaspoon baking soda, 1.5 teaspoons ginger powder, and a 1/4 teaspoon salt. Then you need to sift these dry ingredients 3 times. Yes, 3 times. Sifting was a very standard baking technique in the 1940s and is something that changes the texture of the end product, so don't skip it. If you don't have a sieve, a second option is to whisk the flour mixture.
Sleigh bells ring, are you listening? In the lane, snow is glistening, a beautiful sight. We're happy tonight, walking in a winter wonderland. Gone away.
Once you've got that done, in a separate bowl, you plop in a 1/2 cup of soft shortening. I use butter here, but I've also used half shortening, half butter, and that works nicely. Or you can use all shortening, though it does change the flavor of the cookies. Fats were rationed in World War II, and there were several ways they had to stretch the butter ration that they got. Slowly add the 1/4 cup sugar and 3 tablespoons molasses, mixing them in well each time until smooth and fluffy. If you're wondering, yes, they did have electric mixers in the 40s, even stand mixers.
Walking in a winter wonderland.
All right, now we add 1 egg and mix that in until it's well incorporated. Now we add the magic ingredients: 1/2 teaspoon lemon juice, 2 teaspoons orange juice, and 1/2 teaspoon grated orange rind. Okay, mix that in. Next we add in the flour mixture and mix everything until it comes together in a smooth cookie batter. Then here's the hard part. Stick it in the fridge to chill for about an hour. Once that's done, preheat the oven to a moderate temperature, or 375 degrees Fahrenheit. Place the dough on a well-floured surface, and I mean well-floured. This dough is crazy sticky. You'll see how sticky in a minute. Roll the dough out until it's about 1/8 of an inch thick. Yep, it's sticking. I'm beginning to have doubts. Line a cookie pan with parchment paper. If the edges drive you crazy, you can cut it to size, but I don't because I can't be bothered. Yep, I came back with a pastry knife thingy. I've learned my lesson. Okay, so starting over, I roll it out and flour things much better this time around. Cut out your cookies in fun Christmassy shapes, or in this case, airplanes, stars, pine trees, and snowflakes. Roll up your scraps and repeat until your dough's all used up. Now, the recipe suggests brushing the cookies with egg white and sprinkling with sugar. But funny story, my eyes completely glazed over that part of the recipe, so I didn't do this step. Sprinkling things like cookies with sugar was a great rationing trick if you're short on sugar, because while the cookies themselves aren't necessarily that sweet, the instant sugar taste you get when you bite into the cookie tricked your senses into thinking it was sweeter than it actually was. Bake for about 9 minutes. Then transfer to a baking rack to cool. Or you can eat one while warm. It's your kitchen. Do whatever the heck you want. The orange flavor is really apparent when the cookies are warm, but it does tone down a bit after they've cooled. And there you go. Fresh wartime orange ginger cookies ready for sharing or hoarding to yourself.
Sleigh bells ring, are you listening? In the lane, snow is glistening.
These cookies are great. If you're not a big fan of gingerbread, you might like these because the gingerbread, like molasses flavor, is pretty mild. And it's got these little citrus notes to it. If you're a big fan of citrus, you might want to amp up the orange peel in these. They're also crisp, not bready, which I'm a fan of. And if you really want to take these cookies up a notch and ignore the sugar rationing, making a glaze with powdered sugar and orange juice would really make these cookies sing. If you'd like to try these cookies for your holiday celebrations, I'm going to leave the link to my blog for the full recipe in the description box below. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time.